It's Tanya with Life with Tanya, and I'm back with another 2 Cent Tuesday where I share my thoughts and opinions on trending relationship topic and issues that I came across while strolling around online. And this week's topic is we're talking about the challenges of dating a guy who earned less money or less income than a woman. So dating a man who earned less than you can be a really touchy subject. In today's society where financial independence is highly valued, especially among women, the idea of being the primary breadwinner in a relationship can be kind of daunting. Many women feel pressure to find a partner who not only matches but exceeds their financial capabilities. Research and personal stories show that relationships where one partner earns significantly less can face unique challenges. For instance, financial stress can increase and disagreement over money management are more common. However, some couples report that these challenges actually brought them closer together by forcing them to communicate more openly about their finances and goals. Recently, Keke Palmer shared her thoughts on successful women dating men who earn less than her. So, of course, that was a public invitation for me to add my 2 cents on the topic, and that's how we got here today. So, if you don't know who Keke Palmer is, she is a former child star who has grown into an influential young woman who lives a quiet luxury type of lifestyle, in my opinion. And so Keke's point is, love and respect should matter more than a paycheck. But according to her dating experience, society gives successful men a pass for dating women with fewer financial resources. But society is critical towards successful women who date men with less financial resources. And for a young woman such as her entering her 30s with an estimated net worth of around $7.5 million, I can understand her frustrations with trying to find or attract a man within her age range that has accumulated the same or greater financial success as her. And according to the women in the comments where this story was posted at, some of them believe that the focus should be about his mindset, maturity level, and how he treats you. Other women believe that a man earning less money than a woman, that man will either resent the woman for earning more than him, or the man is going to eventually turn jealous of the woman. And a few women shared from personal experience that it is important to get someone based on love because the money can start to look funny at any time. And I do agree with that. And based on information that I came across while doing my personal research on the topic, many couples do find that love and compatibility does overrule financial status. Even experts suggest that successful relationships are built on trust, communication, and mutual support, which are all factors that aren't necessarily tied to income level. Research also believes that there are countless examples of happy, healthy relationships where one partner earns more than the other. But I believe this research is based on men earning more money than the woman. It didn't really specify, but that's what I believe. Now, in my personal experience, I'm sort of kind of agreeing with Keke here. I do believe that the higher the woman climbs up the financial ladder, the harder it is to find or attract a man on equal or greater pay scale. And to share some of my background, I'm not as rich or wealthy as Keke by a long shot. I wasn't raised in luxury brands, and everything that I have today was simply made possible by God's provision and favor. But when I'm getting to know a guy, guys have a creative way of trying to determine or figure out a woman's financial status. Like, I remember this one time I was getting to know a guy, and we just so happened to be Facebook friends at the time. And also at that time, my profile was very public. But if you follow me on Facebook, then you know that I'm mostly sharing pictures of my food and places that I've traveled, typical girly girl type stuff. So I'm getting to know this guy, and I could tell that he was trying to decide whether we should stay friends or not based on how he was starting to act and the type of questions he was starting to ask. But my deciding factor that made me want to hold off on trying to pursue a relationship with him or going any further with him was that one day he just up and told me that it looks as if that judging by my lifestyle, it looks as if I do not need a man. And so I wish I could say that was my only kind of experience with a man, but apparently more men think the same way that this guy thought. They sit around and they observe a woman's lifestyle and they decide if they can or cannot afford her. And sadly, during these tough economic times, many single men are struggling to afford a certain caliber of woman. I also had another homeboy back in the day. I had another homeboy tell me at one point that the only reason he married his wife is because his wife resembled a damsel in distress. Now, according to him, and this is completely according to him because I don't know their relationship, but according to him, the first time they had any sexual relations, his wife at the time gave him a list of her monthly expenses shortly after their encounter. Now, I guess between the bedroom and the bills, he enjoyed it over there because he obviously made her his wife. Now, on the flip side, when hard times appeared, and trust, they will appear, she was either unable or refused to be his financial teammate. And so the last time I had any conversation with him, he was currently struggling in debt because he was attracted to that damsel in distress lifestyle. So with these two examples that I have for you, it's proven that men actually prefer women who earn less than them so that they can feel financially needed in the relationship. But the characteristics of these men are the same type of man that when things get rough and his wife does not participate in being his financial helpmate, he goes and cheats on her with a woman of higher financial value. And if that relationship is able to go any further than a sexcapade, that man now starts to resent his new woman with a higher financial value. And he starts to resent his new woman because of his past debt and bad financial choices. And this same type of man eventually drains his new woman dry because he wants her life and resents her for working hard to get it. And sadly, I have encountered several women who have built a great life for themselves, but either married or dated a man who had less income than them. Then after the breakup, that woman had to rebuild her life from ground zero. So my life experience has personally taught me that a person who has nothing to lose will help you lose everything. Less fortunate men can be some of the most selfish and evil-hearted men in the dating pool. On the other hand, I do believe that the most fulfilling relationships are those where both partners support each other, regardless of whose income is the highest. The key is finding someone you share values and goals with, and not just a physical or financial attraction. Financial stability isn't the only measure of a person's worth or their potential as a partner, and the economy is teaching us that the relationship cannot thrive off of love alone. But if you happen to date a man that earns less than you, then my suggestion would be to pay attention to his attitude and behaviors. Listen to clues that reveal resentment and toxicity, and pay attention to his relationship with money. Look for signs such as compulsive spending or changes in his attitude when he is experiencing temporary hardship. Also, pay attention to his overall character. Do he operate like a team player? Is he helping your bank account to grow by contributing to the success of your businesses or marketing your products or ideas? Or is he all about himself and wants you to buy him this or that and living lavish off your dime? Now, of course, love knows no economic bounds. Your initial attraction to a person is about connection, understanding, and shared life experiences. When we focus on what truly matters in a relationship, we open up ourselves to deeper and more meaningful connections. My suggestion for single, successful women is to remain open and avoid desperation. Once we get in a state of desperation, it can cause us to miss red flags, and red flags can appear in any man, whether he's wealthy or less fortunate. But avoid desperation and look out for the red flags and pay attention to characters and behaviors. So to sum things up, whether or not you should date a man who earns less than you is simply your personal decision. What matters most is the quality of the relationship and how both partners feel about their financial situation. Dating a man who earns less than you involves navigating societal pressures, personal insecurities, and relationship dynamics. However, with open communication and mutual respect, experts believe it's entirely possible to build a strong, loving relationship that transcends financial disparities. Now, if you listened this far, please deposit your 2 cents into the comments to boost my engagement and support my monetization efforts. And let us know if you ever dated someone with a significantly different income level and share the success or unsuccessful stories of that relationship. And just for fun, just in case Kiki Palmer comes across this YouTube, let us know of any rich or wealthy men in or out of the industry that might be a great fit for Kiki Palmer. Also, check out my other 2 Cent Tuesday videos where I share my 2 cents on trending relationship topics and issues and share with a friend. Until next time.